Hey guys, my name is Haley, and today we're going to be trying a little bit of a different video because I thought it could be fun and I like watching other people's, but because I don't journal, I was like, oh, I can't make one of those because everybody uses it for journaling. And then I realized I could just do any of the other things that people do in the video. So I'm doing an October reset vlog. October is my favorite month of the year. September and October are my favorite. It's also like me and my partner's anniversary, so we do as many fun fall things as we can think of. Hopefully, we have a couple of those coming up this weekend, but today I'm going to be filming an October reset. I think I'm definitely going to be talking about my spooky dates with a book, which is a thing I like teased in my last video that I have been selling, like essentially blind dates, but Halloween themed. I'll get into those in a little bit. I got a bunch of my fall clothes out and like washed them so they don't smell all like they've been packed away in a suitcase for most of the year. So I got a bunch of those out that I'm going to be putting away and getting ready to pick out outfits for this weekend. And a couple of other things. Those are the things. I know I have stuff to put up for sale on Facebook Marketplace, so I'll probably try to film bits and pieces of that. But yeah, I hope that you enjoy the reset. And at the end of this, I will be doing my October TBR. I decided to throw my TBR into this video to make it a little bit different and more fun. But I hope you all enjoy. And let's get on into it. Complete side note, does anybody else watch Rocky Horror in the fall season? My partner and I, when we first got together, went and saw a shadow cast of Rocky Horror, which I've loved Rocky Horror since I was a teenager, but he didn't know it very well and he had a blast when we went and saw it. And the same people are putting it on, I believe, this weekend. So we're probably going to dress up in Rocky Horror esque outfits and go see that, and I'm very excited about it. So for me, Rocky Horror is a very fall activity. I thought I would mention that here, but let's actually go do some productive things. Please ignore how dumb the mic looks clipped to my shirt. I don't want to talk about it, but one of the first and one of my favorite things to wear in the fall is this little guy right here. This is my like go-to pumpkin patch. I don't want to get the full tripod out, so we're going to be doing this. This is my go-to pumpkin patch outfit. So that is a thing that I tend to wear as much as I possibly can every single fall. And I haven't had a chance to wear it yet, so I'm going to find somewhere to wear it this weekend. Another go-to of mine is what I call my fall soft pants, because I don't wear real pants. I wear leggings 90% of the time. These are essentially like slightly more professional looking pants, but basically leggings. Again, another pumpkin patch go-to. And then we have my like, it is too hot to wear a real sweater, so I wear the sweater that is very holy and like can feel the breeze. This one I've had for a couple of years. I wear it very infrequently because usually by the time sweater weather comes, I'll wear my real sweaters, but I love the colors of this one and I can't bear to get rid of it. And then I have another one of my just go-tos in the fall, and that is the skeleton with the coffee mug. This is like super, super oversized for me. Like honestly, a little too oversized, but I love it so much that I just deal with it and try to style it as an oversized thing so it doesn't look quite as ridiculous. But yeah. And then I have, this is more winter, but I brought it out. And then I have my go-to like Thanksgiving sweater. This is like literally what I use for the meet the parents with my partner for Thanksgiving. So that's my more modest and less spooky time fall clothing. But yeah, those are some of those. And then just very quickly, I want to share two of my other ones that I didn't, dropping things, that I didn't have to wash or anything because I have them out year round. And that is my Hex the Patriarchy hoodie. My favorite, and I always get a shit ton of compliments on it when I wear it out in public. And then I have another like skeleton with a coffee, like sort of tie-dye, but not quite. This also complete go-to in the fall time. Love them. So those are some of my go-to fall clothes. If I end up coming up with any outfits for Rocky Horror or the other festival, like fall festival, bookish festival I'm going to this weekend, I will show you later on in the vlog. Hello, we're here with all of the blind date with the books, and I'm just going to go through and show them to you. because I've been working on them and I just finished all of the kids ones that I've been working on for like the last week and a half. So I'm going to start with those. So I have like bundles. Again, if you want any of these, if you are interested in purchasing, please message me on Instagram. My Instagram is linked down below, or I also have videos and stuff of it up on TikTok if you really want to DM me over there if you don't have an Instagram. I also have these on Facebook Marketplace, but I'm assuming that you probably won't find me there. So Instagram is your best bet. And these are 3 gently used spooky books, and I have them all themed. I have like spooky animals, spooky haunts, fall bundle for the kids who don't like scary things. Not that any of the like little children's books are scary, but my bundles of the gently used kids books are $10 a piece. And I'll be posting these ones today, actually, maybe even before this video goes up. So we have, I think, 7 of those because that was how many kids books I have. I source the books from all over the place. I get them from people. I have gotten a lot at library book sales, like things like that. Some I've just kept over the years. I acquire them in many ways, but those are all of my kids' ones. And then I have these. These are also kids' age. These are aged. All of the kids in middle grade are aged, like by age group. All of the like kids, these I think these are 6 to 10, 6 to 9. These all have stickers that come with them that you can peel off and actually use as a sticker because they're just stuck on there with tape. And then I have a bunch of middle grade, and these also all have stickers and such on them. Those have not sold yet, but to be fair, I posted those last of all of these. And then I have the adult ones, by far of which has been the most popular is the thrillers. These are the ones I've sold the most of. I've been making these. I think they're cute. Again, most of the books are gently used. The adult ones are $12 because my adult books are in much better condition because some of them are ones I've bought myself over the years and would like to pass along, or people have given me and I don't see myself reading. A lot of those are the case. So the orange are thrillers. Again, by far the most popular. And then we have the purples, which are paranormal and sci-fi. There's a handful of like thrillers in there if I felt that was more of a sci-fi thriller. So I have a whole stack of those. Those have not been as popular yet. And then I've sold a couple of the red ones, which are my personal favorite as the big horror fan. I've sold a couple of these, and these are my horror, which I do have the least of, I will say, but they are my personal favorite of the ones that I've made. So yeah, those are all of my spooky dates with a book that I've been like mentioning here and there. I thought I would show them off to see if anybody was interested. If you are, again, this is my Instagram down below. DM me there and I will help you out. And then I'm going to show you a little behind the scenes footage of my bookshelves and see if I can film this without it looking like shit. Let's try. So here's a little overview of my shelves. I don't really show all of it that often. Please ignore box tower over there. And here's a bunch of it that you never see. So I guess we'll start down here. Mini bookshelf tour. There's a bunch. These are all double stacked. A lot of those are romances that I'm not reading right now. These are like KU and some of my fall TBR, which are right there. We've got my big Wiggly, who scares the shit out of everyone who sees him, and I love it. We have a sneak peek at the TBR that we're not going to talk about yet. We have a couple of, the main reason I want to do this is to show off some of the new knickknacks that I got. I also have a bunch of like necklaces and such that I wear more in the fall. And we've got my mushroom lamp. We've got Mr. Ghosty, who is a mug, but I mostly use as decor. That was like $1. We've got this, which I might show the shelves again after dark because it looks cooler. And this lights up. I believe it was a wine bottle or something. I don't know. And we made this out of it. We've got Mini Wiggly. We've got another thing that is supposed to be a mug, but I mostly use for decor. We have most of my special editions. We've got Tinky. This is also a light And then over here, we have this ghost thing that I got at, oh, is it not going to work? Oh, hold on, because this thing's cool. We got it to work. We have this guy who is essentially, he's also very reflective, so he's hard to see. It's like this tunnel of light that I have on my dark romance shelf right now. Yet another mug. This is from the Target dollar section that I thought looked cool. Blinky is in another mug that I got from Dollar Tree. These are for a TBR that I haven't talked about yet. And then this is honestly my favorite shelf. We've got some ARCs down there and a bunch of other double stacked books all the way to the ground there. And then up here, last for the decorations, we have quite a bit of my fantasy stacked behind Nibbly and Pokey. We have my Hear No Evil, Speak No Evil, See No Evil. We've got Karomi. We've got my mini bookshelf, mini things. We've got a crystal. We've got a bunch of like paranormal and like wide shoes. And then we have some other little Target dollar section things that I got for decorations. But yeah, I really like all of my little decor. So I thought I would show it off in this video because it's definitely a big part of the serotonin for spooky season. And then another little knick-knacky thing that I haven't quite gotten all of these out yet. I have a bunch of fall candles. Fun facts about me, I don't normally burn candles for very long. So my candles last forever. So these are from like 4 years ago at Bath & Body Works. We have the Fresh Fall Morning as one of my favorites. This, I don't think they have anymore. And if they did, they renamed it. It's one of the White Barn ones with coffee and whiskey. I love the like what I call man scents when it comes to Bath and Body Works candles, and like almost all of these are that. We have peppered suede, smells like a sexy man. And then we have Spooky Cider Lane, which has the really cool top to it that I have definitely kept for years. And this one I've like barely burnt at all. But this is a very, very, like probably the most fall scent of all of these ones. And then I have a couple of other not so much fall scent ones that I will show you in a minute. Now we're by my other bookshelves and everything. You'll see a lot of corners of the room you don't normally see. But the other things that I use a lot are, again, I realize you guys never see Package Tower over there, and that's because I ship out a lot of books quite often. So that's why there's so many boxes. I keep all the boxes so I don't have to buy them. But another thing that I use a lot of is incense. I tend to prefer incense over candles a lot of the time. So I'm going to show you some of my incense and stuff I have over here. So we've got the stack of incense up here by all the K-pop. Got patchouli is my personal favorite. And then we have one that I don't know. There's a new one, Nag Champa, that I wanted to try. These are some of my partners. I don't know what this is. I'm not going to lie. Oh, the frankincense and myrrh, not my favorite. I prefer patchouli and the Nag Champa. Those are my personal faves. I really like this one. I don't know where I got it. And then what is this? We have a chakra one. That was sandalwood, patchouli, goose, and clove. So I'm a big fan of incense. This is my incense burner over here. Oh, we're not going to drop anything. Right, Nag Champa, jeez. And then we have some of my, like, we have my citronella, which is what we use outside in an attempt to read outside before we were eaten alive by the bugs. And then we have some of my, like, if I'm not feeling like the room smelling like man, I light a lot of these. I have a Dominate candle back there. And then we have the Purification one. So those are like my pillar candles. And then I have a chakra one that I really like. And then I also have a TJ Maxx, well, 2 TJ Maxx candles. We also have a salt crystal lamp that I never use. We have the Mind's Eye, which smells like laundry. And then we have, what is this one called? Without me dropping it. Warm Sandalwood, which is one of those like crackling candles. But yeah, here's a little glimpse of the K-pop wall, which I feel like you guys never see. And a bunch of other random stuff. Oh, we also have some of my earrings. This is my earring holder. I tend to wear a lot more of my tarot ones I have the Lovers. I have, what is that one? The Moon. And then these are some of my favorites. They're like the little, we've got the Moon, and then we've got the like hand with the crystals hanging from it. That's one of my favorites. And I have all the gay ones that I tend to wear more in the summer because, you know, Pride Month. And then these are ones I got at Pride a couple years ago. But yeah, I tend to wear the fun earrings a little bit more. I also have little ones. I have like mushroom ones and stuff in there. But yeah, that's this little corner. And other preferences of mine, main takeaway is the patchouli. Patchouli is my favorite for the fall. We got all of our clothes and everything filmed for Facebook Marketplace, so we're gonna go post those. That was one of my main tasks for the day, so we're gonna go do that. Welcome to the floor for our October TBR with me and Wiggly. I had to grab my iPad because I went to start to film this and forgot both my iPad and my mic. The spontaneously remembering to film, but also remembering to put the mic on is the struggle. But I wanted to grab my iPad to remind myself of the ebooks and such that I wanted to get to, plus my stack of books, which you cannot see, that are down there. That is already ambitious enough of physical books that I want to read. And I think only like 2 of these do I have the ebook for, so I have to read them with my face, which is not my forte at all lately. Also, do you like these mugs? I have an orange one too that I posted on Instagram, and they were like $1 at Dollar General, and I was obsessed with them. And the lady basically begged me to buy them because she's sick of the Harvest things. And I was like, sure, I'll be at the buy one get one free because I didn't realize they were. But there's nowhere for me to put Wiggly. You still see him there? No? Well, guess we're just gonna hold him. Because I want you to be able to see him. Anyways, the first book that I just started this morning, and I'm like literally maybe 15 pages into, is Burn Down, Rise Up by Vincent Torrado. This is another one of their books. I just read We Came to Welcome You, and it was on my favorite books of the year and was probably my favorite book of last month. So I know this is YA. I'm pretty sure it's YA horror, and that's all I know about it. I also have their book We Don't Swim Here on here. Do I know anything about it? No. Did I follow them on Instagram to try to find more stuff about their books? Yes. Am I hopefully going to read those very soon? Also, yes. And then I have And by God's Hand You Shall Die by David Sondergren. As you know, I read 2 of his books last month, which was The Har and Rotten Tommy. And I really, really enjoyed both of those, The Har being probably one of my favorite horror books of all time. So I'm very excited for that one. This one, I think, is a religious cult, and I'm always looking for cult books, specifically religious cults. So, and I'm sure it's a novella, like all the rest of his books seems to be. Then I have 2 audiobooks that I currently have checked out on Libby. The first one being The Wicked Unseen by Gigi Griffiths. And the only thing I know about this is I liked the cover, and it's a teenager who finds a satanic cult. Sorry, I'm reading off my iPad. Finds a satanic cult in her new town. Again, always looking for cult books because I want to film a cult recommendations video, but also I just love cult books usually. The other audiobook that I have that I'm probably gonna listen to today is Whisper Down the Lane by Clay McLeod Chapman. And this is a horror novel set during the Satanic Panic. So religious themed horror is another video I'm trying to make. I'm trying to do a cult Rex, and I'm trying to do a religious horror Rex. Some of those definitely have some crossover too. And then we're on to the physical TBR, so I'm going to set Wiggly down somewhere. Thanks. Let's start off with the one that I started this morning. Oh my god, it's so shiny. and that's Night in the Lonesome October by Richard Lehman. This is an older book. I believe it was written in 2001. 2001. And I'm not going to lie to you, I got this purely on a cover buy from a library sale. I knew nothing about it. It is about this man who goes on a very long walk on an October night in the middle of the night, and weird shit starts happening. And I'm obsessed with this like old ass horror cover. I think it's so cool. And I'm like 50 or so. Sorry, I'm 79 pages into it and I'm enjoying it so far. It's fun. I also have started in a little bit on Queer Little Nightmares. This is a horror, an anthology of monstrous fiction and poetry. It's like a queer horror monster anthology that also was quite a cover by at Black Hat, which is a bookstore near me that I really enjoy. And then we have a book that has been on my TBR for years, and I have DNF'd, I think, twice. Once on audio and once reading it on ebook. So I was like, I think I will finally try to read it physically since neither of the formats seem to work for me. And I've always wanted to read this. This is something I should like. It is mixed media. It is horror. It is about like this culty like filmmaker. I think this is the year that I might actually enjoy it and get through it. So I also have an art copy of it that I found somewhere. It might have been a little free library. I've had it for a little while now. So yeah, I've definitely used to own this and got rid of it because I DNF'd it twice. So I guess third time's the charm on that one. And then we have The Merciless Four. This one is not available through Libby for some reason, and I don't want to buy the ebook, so I bought the physical book for like $4. And I love this series, so I'm hoping I love the conclusion to it because I think this is the conclusion. And then we have a book I picked up, I think at the library sale, and that is The Store by Bentley Little. I can't remember if this is the author that I read one of his books that was like overtly sexual with a teenage girl and I didn't like it, or if it was a different male horror author. But this feels very like Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. It's set in Arizona, an off-the-map desert town with a retail giant called The Store. And there seems to be an evil lurking within the store. This is such a cheesy little cover that looks like a Michaels to me. And I picked it up because it's spooky season and this was $1. So we're going to try it. And then we have another book I've owned for quite a while, and that's The Graveyard Book. This is a middle grade Neil Gaiman. I've read a few Neil Gaimans. Not all of them have been my favorites, but I like the vibes, and his vibes definitely fit October. So I'm hoping to read this one. This one should be a fast read, and I think this one is also on KU, so I can read it. I don't have to read this one physically, unlike most of those. Then we have Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfeld. I bought this before it was even available in the US, I'm pretty sure, because this was a UK cover, I believe. Back when, oh my god, what was it called? Book Depository was still a thing. I'm so sad that doesn't exist anymore because that was how I got international editions. So if you know any new ways to get international editions besides Waterstones, which I haven't actually tried yet, please let me know. And this is a sapphic horror novel. And that is all I know about it. I do own the ebook of this because I bought the ebook before I got it physically. So this one I also can read on ebook. And then we have a book I picked up when I was in Canada like 2 months ago, and that is Cold by Drew Hayden Taylor. And this is something about a murder mystery. It says the cold came and something new to the city, unseen and hungry, was delighted. I think this is told from like different perspectives. I picked it up because this had really decent Goodreads ratings. It was one of the few books in the tiny little bookshop in Canada, St. Catharines, Canada, that I really liked, and I believe it was a local author to that area, which when I go places I don't normally go, I try to pick up local authors when I can. So this is on the TBR for the month. And then I found this at a thrift store, I believe. I've never heard of it. I've never heard anybody talk about it. And it is by K.L. Murphy. It's called Her Sister's Death, and it has gold foiled edges, and it was $1 at the thrift store. That is the main reason I bought it. And I think, yeah, this is like a special edition of some kind. It's signed. It says onceuponabookclub.com. I don't know what that is. This also has really, really good Goodreads ratings, which shocked me because I've never heard of it. And it seems like a detective mystery set in the 20s. That's all I know about it. But for $1, I will try it. And then last is another library book sale find, and that is Other Eyes. I picked it up because it has a tomb on it, I am always interested in anything to do with Egyptian folklore. And this is apparently about a forensic archaeologist who is testing mummies to research hallucinogens. And she is convinced that psilocybin can like cure cancer or like cure drug addiction or something like that. And that is just, if you didn't know, psilocybin is the active ingredient in like magic mushrooms that like cause you to trip. So all of that being involved with mummies and Egyptian mythology and archaeology, I was like, I've never heard of this. It had decent ratings. I can't seem to find an ebook of it anywhere, so I was like, since I own it physically, I will give it a try. Also, these are not as high priority as any of those, and I already have too many books on here, but I do have two classics that I've never read. I don't think I've ever read Frankenstein. It was not something I had to read for school. And then I've never read The Picture of Dorian Gray, and I have this really cool edition of it that I got from Half Price Books for like $5. So I may also get to these. Maybe not reading them physically. If I'm able to get the audiobooks, I may listen to them that way. God, can I even pick these up? Oh. And that is my October TBR. Always stupidly ambitious. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. If you like this reset type of vlog, I might start doing them more often. Please let me know. But thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys next time.